Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Just to say Shah loves you and welcome to the Twilight Zone Freaky Wednesday. I'm going to talk about a couple things about stepping out of our comfort zones to becoming a better version of yourself. I have had some guests who wanted to do a podcast, but I thought I'd speak about this today because I think it's pretty important, and how we are all evolving to the better being we are. So stepping out of your comfort zone. I've stepped out many journeys out of my comfort zone, and I've always believed in my intuition. I've always known that wherever I chose for a reason, and the reason was to either make myself stronger or learn a bit more about myself. And I think this is the magical thing about knowing oneself. There's many people who like to live the 9 to 5 jobs. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong, but I'm just saying that there are categories of people who like to live the 9 to 5 jobs, get their car, get their mortgage for their house, have their 2 children, cat and dog, and like to live a normal life. And then you've got the other category of people who are free spirits, who are willing to put themselves out there into different scenarios and different situations for growth, for just growth. And I can see it now. It's got to a point where the first category of people, I've started to awake and realize, it ain't just about that. It ain't just about the basic things of life. What others have broadcasted, what they say that this is how you should live. It's about really, truly finding the balance, what makes you happy within. We are full of potential and full of patterns we don't even know. We've yet to explore, but we're masters at it. So, so this is where it's interesting of how people break away from their comfort zones so they can truly see their true self, to find out what they really want and who they are, what is their purpose on this world. We're all messengers in one way or another. We all have a great story to tell. So it's a kind of equation of realization of we are mostly all going through the similar kind of story, but just in different time frames. This is why you can simulate, I don't know if that's the right word. Never mind. Okay, I'll scrap that word. This is where you can relate to others, younger or older. When you get to an age, you get to a point when you look at people, you're like, oh my, I've been there. I know what you're thinking. Not know what you're thinking, but I know where your mind is at this particular time. And isn't it great to recognize that? And I've recognized that, and many people out there recognize that as well. And so what do? We share our knowledge. I know I share my knowledge as in a peaceful and loving frequency. I'm only sharing my knowledge of my own personal experience. I'm not telling people what to do. I'm just saying this is what worked for me, and this is how I become who I am now. And still working on myself, and still working on the story what's yet to occur. There's loads of chapters what have gone. Now there's new books and new chapters to write. And we've all got it. We like it. They say it's a never-ending story, because it is. Why do you think in this timeline now everyone's trying to tune into their previous lives and trying to find out who they were? Because it's becoming a big thing. We're realizing our ancestors have a big part of us. We are our ancestors, so we can feel them talking to us, vibrations, times of depression, sadness. At times, they're not your feelings. They're throwbacks from chains and contracts you've not broken away from your previous lives. So now this is where it becomes brilliant, because now people are stepping out of their comfort zone to find the question they are searching for. And they're going to try anything they wish to get the answer. You know, even if it's down to going to see a shaman and doing some ceremonies, or if it is just going to yoga or sound therapies, or just going to pull yourself away from the city and going to having a break with nature, camping, and bringing your essence back to your core, and that is nature. We were all tribe people once. Ancestors were all tribe people. It ain't till this day and age now where they've made things hard. I mean, they've made things too easy for us. Look what we do now. We go to the supermarkets. What are the supermarkets now? If you took back 200 years, what are the supermarkets? The supermarkets are the hunting zones. They're the old markets. So, you know, this is where before we were active. We used to go out. We used to gather. We used to forage. We used to collect our food and have that frequency and balance with nature. Now, what do we need to do? Pick up a phone, dial, ding dong, it's delivered to your door. You know, in a way, we live in the way of the gods. We are gods and goddesses, you know, and we are deep inside us. That's what we truly are. But they're allowing us now in this three-dimensional world to have it too easy. So we forget our essence of who we truly are. That's what they tried to take away from us. This is why we're getting a mass awakening worldwide. People stepping out of their comfort zones to make them see and realize the potential and the amazing creativity and artists and musicians they are. You know, they've never believed in themselves, ever. And that's a very, very important thing, is belief. There's times where, even when I was a kid, I used to sing and people used to tell me, shut up, or, you know, be quiet. And you know how damaging that was for me? That was really damaging. It was like my voice wasn't allowed to be heard. No one was allowed to, I wasn't allowed to speak or talk. So, you know, from coming from that young age, growing up, and especially being dyslexic, you know, it was like a kind of stun. I didn't know where I was, who I was, what was I doing, and all these people were completely different to me. I felt more alien-like, but I always stepped out of the comfort zone just to test myself, you know, just to test and see what happens, even at a young kid. And it was a kind of, okay, I got myself in sticky situations, but I survived and I got myself out of it. But I was constantly challenging myself. And now I look back in my life now, I feel like my whole life has been a huge, beautiful test. A test to the great council above who are watching and guiding me and sending me the great angels and messages at times for me to see. At times I didn't see them. I wasn't awoken. I wasn't ready for them. But now it's got to a point where I can see, feel, touch, and speak an amazing frequency, what is resonating for not just me but other people out there, because they're all feeling and sensing and touching the same, and that is, you know, love. Love is resonating in such a beautiful way. I've seen now so many people blossom around me, you know, of bringing out their true passion. And if you can bring your passion out, then suddenly a lot of the pressure around you is disappeared, because if you can work and live your passion and your hobby, then you're in cloud nine, you're in paradise. And that's what it's about. It's about creating something that you enjoy doing, not working for no one, working for yourself. Bring your art into the world, bring your creativity into the world. This is the time now for us all to unite and bring that love out. It's time. It's time, because it's not just us saying it, it's the ancestors who are guiding us through these times of fear, but times of creativity. These are times now where we should be strong and pull together and make sure that we are who we are, and what we speak is what we do. Okay? So this is a big shout out to all you beautiful people out there who are making a difference. And I just wish for you to have a great day, a great afternoon, a great evening. Always be the best version you can. Just remember the divine light is shining through you at all times. Love yourself. Make the choices what are going to make you happy and your loved ones happy. But you come first. You must come first. Because if you don't, then it's going to take you a long time to find yourself. So, mwah. And may you all have a great time. Love you all.
Hello, beautiful Soul Tribe. I thought I would come on here and chime in to this beautiful message that Shahram downloaded as I'm uploading it into YouTube for you guys. It was so powerful and it resonated with myself that I wanted to come on here and say thank you, Shahram, for reminding me that like it's okay that we were lost in such a system of the unknowing, a system of the process, like we were like in a processing plant, right? Like that's how I could explain it. And as we are awakening to our true power, our true essence of the what the fuck, what have we been doing, what, and questioning so much. We are leaving our 9 to 6 jobs, 9 to 5, 8 to 5, whatever, 10 to 7, whatever prisoned job that we allowed ourselves to be in, and we're getting the push. Our soul is giving us the reminder and the push that there's something more out there. And in order to find that, you have to have faith and get out of what's comfortable and have that free spirit. And my head is vibrating right now, the right side. So somebody is, ooh, yeah, it's feeling it. Yeah, so encouraging, and being the leader, you know what I mean? Being your own leader. What are you good at? What calls to your soul? What builds that creative spark that you get excited about? We're not meant to be on this planet to work all day and then come home, go to sleep, come home, feed your people, clean the house, go to bed, and then do it again. Because wouldn't that be a form of slavery? Wouldn't that be the system that our ancestors were stuck in? Whoa, that just hit me. You know what I mean? And then not expressing our true voice, our essence. This is a life where we have our free will. This is a time where we have free will and we can speak up now. We have that in us. And our voice, because it was held back for so long, and our ancestors, even the women, you know, and I have masculine and feminine energies. We all do, but you know, we were held back so much that now our voice is so loud and powerful. When we speak, we have to be careful because there's always the polarity of good and bad. You speak love. When you speak love, it's power. It's powerful. It's magnified. You speak anger. Do you ever notice that back in the day, or you know, some people are shifting through, whenever you're angry and you would speak out of anger versus out of understanding and silence, you know, silencing yourself, you would fuel off of that and it would feel good to speak that and you'd want to keep going. I used to do it long time ago. I would be like, but it was draining and it was hurtful, the things that you would say, but it was like, and your heart would feel some type of way. But now when you speak words of love, it just comes out with just ease and such a beautiful release, and it comes back. The energy exchange is returning. You know, so we're learning how to use our voice the right way. And of course, in order to know how to do things right, you do things wrong first, right? I mean, that's just, you know, we have to break the cycles. That's just what it is. It's just a learning. It's learning, learning, building, and continuing, moving forward. Um, anyway, I love the message that Shahram had, and as we are awakening more and more into our powers and stuff like that, the topic of stepping into your power, getting out of what's comfortable, it's so important, and that message was much needed, especially with the energies that are going on right now, where people are questioning their jobs, people are having a choice to they're given provided a choice. I'm not even sure if it's still going on out there because I don't watch the news, to do this or they lose their job, right? Nah. You know, so honor your path, whatever it may be, and know you're in the right place at the right time right now. And once you accept where you're at right now and be grateful for how far you've come and the work you've done to get here, no matter what work you did, we all have different lessons to learn. So some are really awful, but the key is learning the lesson, and this is why we're here and continuously learning, knowing that we don't have all the answers, but going within to find them. So I send you guys so much love, and thank you so much again, Shahram, for sharing that, because sometimes, once again, sometimes the teacher and then the student, and I love learning from Shahram. These talks that we have are super empowering and inspiring, and it helps me to journal as well. I was writing notes as I was listening. The whole evolving to be the better. That's our goal. Is to be better than ourselves, not anybody else. The better us. And once we stop the fight and go within and be okay with where we're at, we continue to ascend and move forward. We get gifted with so much. And when I say it's our divine birthright, guys, to be in abundance, it is. But we were taught from youth, and it was transferred over from our parents and so forth, of having to work to have. That's not the case. That's not, I mean, no. No, that's not the case. You have to vibe right, to be right, to do right, to receive. Be grateful for what you have. Like, for example, I find a penny. I'm so happy, like, yay, thank you, angels, thank you, guides. Then you get checks in the mail. This is not made up. I've experienced this stuff. You manifest your reality. And the more you believe in the magic that you really truly have, the more you're going to be like, woo! And you're going to be watching your words, because I found myself talking to a couple of people that I know, and whenever I would tell them something good about themselves, she'll say something like, I know, but then I do this. And then so she curses the goodness that comes in by putting herself under her own spell. And I'm like, well, why don't we think of it like this? Yeah, but then, and then it's like, it's almost like the system that needs to be rebooted. I think that's what it is. You know what I mean? But you can't force somebody to see your opinion. You just want to offer assistance and guidance for awareness. And our opinion is just our opinion. Our guidance is and support. It's definitely supposed to be. We provide it, but you could only give so much for someone to have to do look at their own shit. Right? I mean, that's all of us. That's including me too. Like, sometimes I don't see my own shit. I see my shit a lot. I'm like, I gotta go in deeper. I gotta go deeper. I gotta understand this. I gotta understand this. And I'm a little bit too much in that. And then gotta find that balance. So I send you guys love and light. Like and subscribe. Give Shahram some props for the beautiful messages that he just channeled in with what he's experiencing. And can you imagine going through school with like dyslexia, and then having people like that love you when you're singing or talking or whatever, tell you to be quiet? Can you imagine how sucky that would have been as a child? You know what I mean? And can you imagine how much inner work it took for him to come out and be out here, sharing his music and his, you know what I mean? Like, we need more support. We need to really pay attention, bring awareness to how we talk to people and how we allow others to talk to us, and we are not a victim, we are warriors. We got to remember that. We don't hold ourselves in a victim mentality. We rise above like the phoenix, and we heal, we see, we feel, we heal, we let it go. We learn. Everyone does the best they can with what they have. We forgive. We forgive others, and we forgive ourselves mostly, and that's a very tough thing to do, forgiving ourselves. And sometimes we don't even know why we should forgive ourselves, and we have to go inside and figure out, why do I feel like I need forgiven? What did I do? And then we call our own shit out, and we're like, oh shit. For real. I know it because I've been there. We haven't always been in a beautiful place. It took a lot of inner healing to see the system and the brokenness that we were, and sometimes I can't even remember who the old Janet was. I can't go, like, even if my people try to say, do you remember that time? And I go in here and I'm like, I can't pull it out. Like, I have to think hard, that my brain starts getting tense. That's how much release I've done over the years. I release what no longer serves me, for my greater good. So, and I allow light to come in to replace the bitterness or the anger, the hatred, whatever feelings that we've suffered from. We had to learn how to remedy, how to medicine. Those feelings are healed. And every now and again, we come up with fragments of certain emotions, and we're like, oh my God, is this emotion? No, it doesn't feel like that. Is it this emotion? Because you want to make sure you identify the right emotion. Am I just being protective? Am I being aware? And like, what, when you just start asking yourself these questions. And this is such a great healing process, so that way you could call your own shit out. And then if you're like, nah, I'm good here, because we're empaths, right? Super empaths. So it's like, oh, we're good here. That's not my energy. But I always say, hey, is it me? I go inside first and I question, I go through a cycle of stuff. And if it's not me, I'm like, oh, I forget. It's, and then you bring awareness to the other energy, and you're like, yeah, that person's probably got going through some shit, so as a healer, we have to protect our space, know when our energy ends and when someone else's begins, and reminding yourself of that is very important. So protect your space. If you look at my my coffee table here, and like my space over there, protect your space. I got crystals everywhere. I got incense going, sage. Protect your space. Can't protect your space enough, especially in these times now. So I love you guys all. I send you lots of love and light, and talk to you soon.